by 10.
Yours is a lot more spacious.
Yours isn't a 10 by 10. I was like, I was wondering.
When we put it next
to yours.
He kept
insisting. And I was like,
because that's what the listing said. Yeah. 10
and
by
she
10.
Goes, no, that's an 8 by 8. And I was like, yeah. So.
And welcome back to the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Hey.
What's up?
There's a lot.
There's
a lot.
There's a lot that's up.
And some of it we're not going to talk about.
And you're going to really?
You want to talk about what happened today?
About what happened today?
Not about what happened today.
Not about what happened today? What
did we do today?
We're not going to talk about that?
What?
Okay. Clearly we didn't discuss this pre-show.
Before.
So we're not on the same page. But we are on the same page as far as this episode is brought to you by
Katie with Monarch Pine. That reminds me I need to figure out who the sponsors are this year. If you are looking for jewelry findings and blanks, check her out, RileyBlack.com. Make sure listen, guys, it's been a few weeks.
We are off to a bad year start.
It's bad year start?
Yeah, start of the year. I mean, I'm just flowing with how bad it's been. Let me try that again.
Katie with Monarch Pine. Her website is monarchpine.com for jewelry findings and blanks. And make sure you use code Riley Black for 10% off.
There you go. She's getting back in the swing of things.
Listen, man, I kept saying kids went back to school today.
Yes, that's what I was saying. The boys have been out of school for
we've been
the
fighting
longest.
For our life is the only way that I can describe it.
The longest 2 weeks. And 2
Two
days.
small business. How am I supposed to talk with this box around my face the whole time? They don't see it, but I see it.
Don't look at it.
I'm trying not to. But it hasn't been there before. Why is it there now? Guys, I'm clearly distracted.
Yes, you clearly are distracted. And we do not have a guest. So that's kind of why.
So buckle up, Buttercup.
The reason why is because we're not on StreamYard. This is just the camera app. Because you need a screen to look at. Heaven forbid you do the show without a screen and just cameras looking at you.
No, you need to know where to look.
Right, at the camera. You look at the camera.
No,
is what you look at. Or me. My smiling face. Yeah, I know. I don't like looking at you either. Too much. Usually when I look this way, I kind of look at the shoe instead of you that's behind you. So.
Yeah. So anyway, they have been off since December 20th.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, right before Christmas. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks and 2 days.
Was it only?
Yeah, it was only 2 weeks and no,
not including the weekends.
Yeah, not including the weekends. 2 straight weeks plus 2 days, which I don't know why they added those 2 days. Why not just go back to school on Monday?
Well, and then that was the worst part. Everybody's kids were going back on Monday, and we had to wait until Wednesday.
Yeah, I wonder
great for you.
I wonder if those 2 days were built in.
Yeah.
In thinking that we would get a hurricane, so those were the first 2 days that they would cut off if they got out of school because of hurricanes.
It just and then they're off next Friday.
Yeah, no, they're like off all the time.
Like they're another day. I can't. We barely survived, guys. As you can, I have the glasses on to hide the fact that I'm not wearing any makeup today. That's how much I'm just we're. My motto, so Joshua Perry with Perry Design, Tulsa. He had posted in his new group, go check it out, sandblasting, engraving, UV printing by Perry Design, I think. Something like that. Just you can find it. If not, whatever. Anyway, he had posted about like goals for this year, what you're thinking about for 2026. Right. And like my goal for this year, just one of the very few that I've written down so far besides like what's in my head, is this year I want to do so we were talking about what last year was, and last year was just straight surviving.
Okay.
Honestly, is what it felt like.
Yeah. And
so this year I was like less surviving, more thriving.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Less stress. I want less panic, less freaking out about everything, less confusion, and
more abundance.
And so far, guys, it's not the way it's going, but there's still time. It's
We're
we're only
we're
7
only
days in.
7 days
So
in.
there's plenty of time for things to catch up. But yeah, I'm hopeful. Ooh, we have an update which we posted, so I don't think we're going to talk about it because I want to keep this positive.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so just a quick mention so that I don't cry. Mario, I don't even know how to say it because I don't want to say he lost his battle because
No.
he
We
fought with
we lost him.
everything.
We lost him.
Yes.
We
But
lost him.
what we still have is the message that he
Yes.
always put on. If you haven't already, please go to the Rally Black Project community Facebook group.
Yeah.
I posted a clip of a documentary that was made about him by his friend. And the message is just it's so good. And I've listened to it several times before he passed and after he passed, and it really is just like it's a kick in the chest in a good way of like, don't sweat the small stuff.
Right.
Like
Right.
Don't change your life tomorrow, change it right now.
Right.
Like make the change right now. I scrolled unrelated. I scrolled past a reel today that, you know, this lady, she had basically been given like 5 years ish to live.
Right.
Terminal cancer, no cure, but she had a few years hopefully under her belt.
Yeah.
And what she was worried about was she was like still like working out, trying to lose weight and didn't want to like die fat.
Right.
Like she has cancer, she's going to die, and
Right.
she's still like, let me live the best life I can
Right.
while I'm still here.
Right.
And I feel like all of us need to do that.
Yeah.
Do it for yourself, do it for Mario, do it for your kids.
It also reminds me of a of a reel I saw a while back, and I saw it. I see it intermittently here and there. And it's an interview. It's a podcast, and it's an interview where you know, one guy's asking the other guy like, how old are your parents? You know, and it's like you know, they're in their 70s. And he's like, well, how often do you get back to see them? He's like, I see them about twice a year.
Yeah.
And he's like,
ooh, this one, I know what you're talking about.
And then he's like
I don't wanna
average
hear it
lifespan.
'cause I need to...
Yeah, it's like average lifespan. You know, they talk about the lifespan. He's like, so that's optimistically, that's 10 more times that you're gonna see them.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's like,
Well,
and the dude,
don't make me cry.
right? No, and then the guy's
Now
like,
you're
and
gonna
the
make me
guy's
cry
like,
for
wow.
a
He's like,
different
how does it make you feel? He's like, it makes me feel like I want to go see my parents.
Yeah.
You know, and it is that, like, we get caught up in everything, especially if you live out of state from your parents or from loved ones or from friends. You lose sight of that. And then nothing is guaranteed. So even those 5 years, like, you know, optimistically you have 5 years because you never know what happens.
No one knows.
Exactly.
Right?
So yeah, it's like, you know, you kind of have to kind of live for today and not really, like, obviously we all plan for the future and we all plan for this, but don't get like caught up in that and the whole like, I'm gonna work now so I can live later.
Right.
Because
live now.
Because you don't know.
Work now, but live now.
Right.
Yeah.
Try to find that, like, you know, we have to find those pockets that we can live in because a lot of times it is, you know, encompassed by work, and it's hard to do things without, you know, like busting your butts.
Right.
Like we are right now.
Yeah.
With everything. And then what we're gonna get into in this episode is shows, because we have been doing more vendor shows and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we did one, but we've been attending a bunch as well.
Yeah.
And we potentially plan to do more, but we want to be strategic in the ones we do. And then when we do them, we want to set ourselves up for... Excuse me. It's a night recording, guys.
Yes. So there's gonna be a lot of that.
Sorry. Set ourselves up for as much success as we can. And so, yes, I only did one show. Take all of this with a grain of salt. But we learned a lot from that one show and from kind of seeing the experience of other vendors as well.
Right. Well, and then we've also talked to other vendors. So locally we've been, so you've only done one show, but locally we've been to like 4 shows.
Right. And we talk to people at every
and we
single
talked-
event
yeah.
and we're like, hey,
Yeah.
how do you like it? How do you like the
Yeah.
people who run it? You know, how have the sales been? You know, we wish them a ton of luck. We,
Yeah.
for our content side of our business, which that's another update we'll give you in a second. The content side of our business, we go and we film it.
Yeah.
And to recap it, and
Yeah,
you'll
we
see
recap-
a piece of that in this
Yeah.
because we did that at the last event that we went to this weekend,
Which
and,
is the first one of the year locally for us here.
and I kind of wanted to do it, but it was a little soon, and thank God I didn't sign up because listen, I couldn't manage my normal responsibilities with the
Right.
kids home,
Yeah.
let alone trying to prep for a show. It would have not have been a good idea.
The Riley Black Project is sponsored by Monarch Pine.
Monarch Pine is your trusted source for premium laser blanks and jewelry findings. From large loop earring hooks made specifically for acrylic and wood earrings to laser-tested stainless steel necklace and bracelet blanks, they have everything you need to bring your creative ideas to life.
As a maker, you know the value of quality supplies. And that's exactly what Monarch Pine delivers. Whether you're crafting as a hobby or running a full-time business, their products make it easy to design confidently and create stunning pieces.
Head to monarchpine.com and use code RileyBlack to get 10% off your order. Riley Black patrons get an even bigger discount, so don't miss out.
While you're at it, join the Monarch Pine Craft Supply Insiders Facebook group. It's a vibrant community where makers share tips, inspiration, and their incredible creations.
Monarch Pine, where your creativity takes center stage. Visit monarchpine.com and use code RileyBlack today.
Not tomorrow.
Today.
Are you tired of spending hours cutting, painting, and assembling laser products? Look no further than the Crazy Laser Dad's Laser Ready Blanks.
Their high-quality blanks are expertly sourced and tested and ready to use on your laser. Say goodbye to the hassle and frustration of time-consuming projects and hello to more time creating and selling.
Plus, with their wide selection of items, you'll surely find the perfect blank for your customers.
Visit crazylaserdad.com today and take your laser crafting to the next level with their Laser Ready blanks. But I was glad we went to see, like, okay, if it is something I do next year, that means I need to plan my products before school is out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to have much time to prep
You
that.
basically have to operate like the show is
In
on
December.
Christmas Day. Yeah, like
Yeah.
on Christmas, so you can do all the prep before
Yeah.
that and then
Yep.
be ready for when it does.
Yeah. Okay, so before we get into the recap of some things that we learned that we're going to do on our next show that we think might be helpful for other people, especially if
Vendor
you're just
show, not
if you're just
podcast show.
thinking if you're thinking about doing some anytime soon, and maybe if you do them all the time, maybe there's something we learned at this one that you haven't experienced yet, but then is helpful towards you. So anyway, our podcast studio.
Oh, okay, we're getting into that.
Yeah. So what I was saying is we're not going to share what we did today.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Because I'm being cautious with it. But it's positive. I'll just say that. Okay. So anyway, this part isn't necessarily yet. So it was a couple days before New Year's Eve. And we got a call from our landlord. And now we weren't thinking anything of it because, listen, December was insane.
So
right?
I thought we signed a 6-month lease and it was up in December. And we hadn't signed a lease yet for the next 6 months or for the next year or anything like that.
So
we did talk to the manager. We talked to the manager that runs things for the landlord, and we agreed that yes, we're gonna re-sign and we're gonna stay. We want to stay. We just hadn't physically signed anything.
Yeah.
So I thought the call was for, hey, we need you to come in as soon as
sign the new
possible
lease.
so we can sign this lease because you've been running for a few months without a lease and we need you to sign. That's what I thought the phone call was.
Yeah, same.
No, the call was, hey, we need the office space back.
Yeah, they're like, hey, so you wanted a 6-month lease, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, they're really gonna want us to sign more
For a
I'm
year.
Like, ooh,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
we probably
No.
would have.
No, we don't want you to sign at all.
No, we actually need your
we need our
office.
office back.
how soon
Yeah.
could you? And it was like, no.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, we have shows booked we have 3
Yeah.
shows booked in January,
Right.
like, and the month hasn't even
Right.
started yet.
And
So,
like ramping up to book for February.
Right.
And like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're operating as normal. Like we're gonna have shows, and yeah, they need the office back, and they
And they're
gave
like,
us until
okay,
April 1st.
so yeah, can we meet you?
Yeah.
That's falling.
Oh.
They're like, oh, can we meet you halfway? And do April, and we're like, this.
How do you
this
say?
was
How do you say
not-
that? How do you say no? You can't to the person that owns the property. Like,
Right.
it's your building.
It's yours.
Thank you for
we don't
giving
have
us
an active
until
lease right now. Thanks for not kicking us out right now.
Right.
So yeah, it
yeah.
really caught us off guard.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, and we were like, we don't know. Now we have
Yeah.
to look for another space, because we honestly found this was like a jackpot for us.
Yeah.
As far
Yeah.
as location,
Yeah.
the perks that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
The size wasn't our favorite, but
Right.
we made it do.
It was
right.
It was always like meant to be a
Yeah.
stepping stone.
Yeah, it was 9 minutes from the house.
Yeah.
There just so many things about it were
So
and
many
still
positives.
are so great. And so it was like, oh, we
Yeah.
I don't know. And then she's like, if you find another place and you need another month, we can work with you, and we can, if we really need to, we can go to the end of April and whatever. And she really did feel, you could tell she felt kind of bad about it.
Right.
There was some emotion behind
Yeah, it was
and
a very
wasn't like
uneasy.
it wasn't cold.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
knew that like it was not where we were planning to be.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah, there was no talks about it either leading up to it, which I
nothing.
guess made it even more awkward for her to be like, "Hey, we need the office."
Yeah.
It's like, but you guys didn't mention even a possibility of you needing the
Yeah.
office for us to like start looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So now we're looking
Yeah.
for a new space, and we are just hoping, and that's how we've gone into it after we spiraled a little bit initially. We're like this. There's so many things that have happened in our life that we have shared on the podcast. Like, prime example of the insurance and roof debacle of our last house, right?
yeah,
All of that, absolutely horrid to go through at the time. I wondered if we were going to lose our house,
Yeah.
if we what we were going to do about the roof.
Right.
I was about
How
to
we're gonna pay for it.
borrow 11 grand
Yeah.
from a friend. There's just so many things. It was a mess, right? And it was very stressful. But then when it came down to it, we landed on this, right? This house. And where we absolutely love the community, the neighborhood, the small town, just everything about where we are now. And so, you have to remind yourself in those moments where it feels like you're being crushed. Because it literally felt like a failure. It was like, we can't find somewhere else that we can afford we're just still starting. We opened the studio in June.
Yeah.
And mind you, it wasn't terribly difficult, but we did put a lot of effort into
I mean, the design,
making that space what it is.
and everyone that comes in is like, oh, it feels comfortable. Like there's a good feel here.
Yeah.
And this and
we
that,
were
which-
just getting some momentum with interest and it felt like that all kind of came to a screeching halt. And, it's easy to kind of spiral in the other direction of like, well, I guess it was fun while it lasted.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And for me, it's like a this could be a blessing in disguise,
Right.
Because December was a hard month for the
Very.
studio.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, maybe this is the sign. Maybe they're doing us a favor.
Right.
Maybe
Ripping
we'll
off the
find
Band-Aid
right,
for us,
Right.
yeah.
We've also talked about, even though December was a rough month and it hasn't blown up how the interest has like shown.
Right.
There's more interest than actual like shows and actual stuff, but with that, we have still talked about expanding, making more sets, making it more appealing, and having more space.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, maybe this is going to facilitate
Right.
that as well.
Yeah.
Like maybe this is pushing us towards it. And then
Yeah.
it's also hard. It's like, well, which way is the
Yeah.
universe pushing us?
Yeah.
Are they
Right.
pushing us to close
What
and
do
save
you
our
want
money?
What is it? What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Like,
Or are they pushing us? Are they pushing us
Which
to
way are you pushing?
expand and grow
Yeah.
for more?
Yeah, I don't want to go the wrong way.
Exactly.
I don't want it to be like, here, there's more in you.
Right.
And you're like,
You don't
cool,
wanna-
I'll close.
Right. You don't want to shut down a blessing.
Right.
But you also don't want to
Force
overextend
something,
yourself
right.
either. So it's like, which way do we go? And our motto, even with this house and the studio and everything, is if it feels like we're forcing it, then we stop.
Yeah.
Right. So we're not forcing it in a sense of we're pulling every content and contact that we have to get it, or like borrowing money here, borrowing money there. But we are like we're actively looking.
Yeah.
There are a few leads that we're following up on. Some can lead to growth, like more space.
Yeah.
Some are same, equal, a little
or
bit
less,
smaller,
or like not even less, but like, so we have a lot of potential places, right? That if we don't find another place and we kind of need to still keep looking after April, we have places we can record in the meantime.
Yeah, the
so
community
we don't have
has
to stop.
Yeah, the community everyone that's heard
Has come
that
together.
has been
Everyone
like,
was
oh,
shocked.
well, no, I know this person. Like they're moving on our behalf to find us a place.
Right.
And we haven't even told them, like, we just said, oh, well, they need the office back by April 1st. They're moving. They're like, here, contact this person, contact that person to help you find a space. Like, they don't want us to see us close, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
That they, and they might, unbeknownst to us, they might be planning to want to record, but they can't like really now do any or say anything. But so that's what's going on with the studio.
Hey guys, how great would it feel if this was the year you finally got to escape the 9-to-5 and embrace a lifestyle of creativity and entrepreneurship?
Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, Eon Laser USA invites you to join the Above and Beyond webinar, where you'll learn how you can make this a reality.
Join leading laser industry professional and brand ambassador Emily, aka That Mom with a Laser, and Eon Laser USA's sales manager Alicia as they dive into all things Eon.
Learn about the advantages of owning an Eon Laser and get the scoop on Eon's rewards and partner benefits. Plus, get a glimpse at how everyday people who started out with zero experience paid off their lasers, scaled their businesses, and transformed their lifestyles.
So if you're ready for a lifestyle change, head on over to eonlaser.us/whyus and sign up for the Above and Beyond webinar today.
Thanks for listening. Laser on.
Bye.
Are you tired of endlessly joining jump rings?
There's gotta be an easier way.
Are your wrists aching after numerous orders? Introducing Keychain Thingies, the time-saving solution for anyone making keychains.
It's so fast and easy.
These revolutionary plastic thingies make large or multiple orders a snap. So easy, even a child can do it.
That was so easy.
So what are you waiting for? Go to keychainthingies.com and order now. Keychain Thingies will change your life. However, they should not be used to cure any medical ailments, repair broken relationships, or help lose weight. Do not use Keychain Thingies unless you want to save time and aggravation.
Yeah. So send all of your good juju, and hopefully we have an awesome, amazing update. And, I'm trying to cautiously prepare myself for both scenarios. Obviously I don't want to let it go quite yet. But if that's what we need to do, that's what we need to do. I do want this year to be a little bit less pivoting. But I don't think the universe necessarily agrees yet. So
it's not on board yet.
No. But again, staying hopeful, staying positive. I honestly...
Maybe the universe is synced up with Chinese New Year and not the U.S. New Year.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, I just think of Dre a lot. Mario, Dre Lane. And I think of just how positive he was through the most difficult of situations and through so much pain with his cancer journey.
Yeah.
And, if he can push through like that, like the rock star he was, we can push through
Right.
this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Us, what was it? Who did I joke with the other day? Oh, we went to this craft show that was also a home show, right? And he was talking to some of the home show people,
The general contractors.
trying to get in on like the content side, right?
Yeah.
Of like, hey, I can help you with content because these people can afford
Yeah.
to pay people to do content because their jobs are several thousands of dollars, right?
Service based.
And where the fuck was I going with this?
I don't know. I think you were gonna talk. You were talking about the dude, the garage guy, that had just lost his wife.
Well, yes, but oh man, it was so good too.
She lost it. It's gone. We'll start talking about the shows, and then it'll come back, and she'll spiral back.
Hold on, give me a second.
Dre Lane. You.
Oh no, there was a guy. He was like, oh, because they had a really cool outdoor enclosures.
Oh, yep.
And I wanted one, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I really want one. He was like, what's stopping you? I was like, my bank account. And the girl partner, she like laughed really hard because he was like, well, why don't you do it now? And I said, well, because I'm currently broke, sir.
Yeah.
And she started dying, and
Yeah.
I said, when we
Yeah.
get money, this will be something we want to
Yeah.
do, whatever. But she was like, I like your energy. And it's like, I fully feel in my loins, even though I keep waiting for when it's going to change,
It's coming.
that it's coming.
Yeah.
And so I keep pushing through this little patch where I'm like, things are a little bit drier than I'd like. This is going the wrong way,
It's
but
not
it's
an
not
after
what I
dark.
mean.
It's not an
what I
after
mean.
dark.
But I really feel like what we're meant to do is like right there.
Yeah.
Right. And so we just gotta keep reaching for that. And I'm focusing more on how important our thoughts are and getting back to, if you're always thinking about what's not going right, your brain is going to find more of those.
Right.
And
Yeah.
your brain is wired for comfort and familiarity, not change.
Yeah.
And so if broke, struggling, pivoting universe is familiar,
Yeah. That's
where it's
you're
gonna
always
go.
you're always gonna be in that because
and
that's its
so
comfort zone.
right, and change is difficult. It doesn't want to.
Right.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's not safe.
It is.
And so your brain's like, nah.
Right.
Nope.
Yep.
Back up. And so you kind of have to push through that. And so that's where we're at now. So let's get to my notes on the show. Okay, so the first note, the tent. So we just used what we had, right? And we encourage that all the time as far as content,
everything really.
products.
Use what you have.
Use what you have, right?
Yeah.
If you can't afford more, use what you got. So we used what we got, and that was the tent. And I think, is it blue?
Yeah, it's like a dark blue, like
It
like a
doesn't
navy.
match branding at
No,
all.
it doesn't.
Okay, but it's what we got.
Yeah.
You don't want to spend, and I'm good for this. Spend a lot of money to make a little just because you're worried about how it looks.
Yeah, and we used it primarily for like for the backyard.
Yeah.
For like the boys to play in
Right.
the
Yeah.
on the water
And it wasn't
table.
even one that we purchased. His
No,
uncle purchased
my uncle
it for
gifted
us.
it to us. Yeah, and we've used it at the beach
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
So-
we're like, oh well, we have a tent.
Right. Use what you got.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we thought it was a 10 by 10.
It
The
I mean,
listing
Amazon's listing says 10
it's
by
a 10 by 10.
But then we get a banner for the back
You
that's 10
sit-
by 10, and it
and it
wraps
wraps
around
around.
the edges.
And then the lady next to us has
A 10 by 10.
real 10 by 10.
Yours is a
And
lot
she
more
goes,
spacious.
Yours isn't a 10 by 10. I was like, I was wondering.
When we put it
and
next
he
to
kept
yours.
insisting. And I was
Because
like,
that's what the
no.
listing said.
Yeah.
10
And
by
she goes,
10.
No, that's an 8 by 8. And I was like,
Yeah.
I thought so. So anyway, use what you got, man.
Yeah.
It worked,
Yeah, it
right?
does.
It worked for that. But I do want to
Yeah.
get a different one that is an actual 10 by
Yeah.
10. And then I want the sidewalls, but I want the sidewalls with windows.
And she wants a chandelier in there.
I do.
And she
I forgot about that. I got to write that down. Hold on.
chandelier.
Chandelier.
You know what we didn't take is the fan because we have a fan.
Oh, but
Your
I
mom
did
gave
take
us
a little
for the
fan.
tent.
That's right. I did
Yeah.
take a little fan though, and that was clutch.
Yeah.
Super clutch.
Yeah.
Chairs. Okay. Again,
Yes.
take what you
Yes.
got.
Yep.
But when you can
we had our
upgrade,
camping chairs, and then I was like, man,
which they work. Mine was a
Yeah.
director's chair, but a short one.
right, a regular like camping chair height one,
Mm-hmm.
and we say that because when we were sitting down in the booth, and if you run the booth, you feel this way too, right?
Right.
You're sitting,
Especially
you're
if you
sitting
have height
at like
at your table.
You're sitting at table height, and then so our setup was the 10 and 1 6-foot table. And mainly because we did have a little side shelving
Right.
thing, but it was mainly the table, and then we had tumblers on different levels, obviously, if for eye attention
yeah.
and to see what's it, the aesthetic of the
Yeah,
table.
the visual interest.
Yeah,
So you
so-
want to go up, right?
Right.
You want to have things at all different levels and not just flat across the table, right?
So when you have 40-ounce tumblers and you're sitting
On
low,
crates,
you're behind the tumbler.
you have a tall ornament
So-
and keychain rack.
So anytime someone came up, you felt
You
the
had to
need to
stand
like
up.
stand up so that they can see you.
Yeah.
Because if not, and you also don't want to be sitting the whole time because
Right,
they can
and
just
then-
walk by you and not see you,
Right.
which was a big thing at Next Level as
Yeah,
well.
so many people said, I didn't
Right.
see you there. I'm like,
right.
what do you
because
mean?
because you were sitting behind the big, and at Next Level we had a big column with our merch for the podcast.
Couldn't see me.
So you really couldn't see you. So
And then,
we,
thank you for the support. The line. There was
Yeah.
a long line at Next
Right.
Level. And so you saw the people, but you didn't see who was checking out the people.
right.
Because there was all this stuff in front.
So with that, I was like, you know what we need? We need like higher, and I didn't know it existed, but I'm like, we need like higher like director chairs.
Yeah.
And I
but
called
not
them
like the wood ones, right? Because those are
right,
super uncomfortable.
right. But I was like, they make these camping chairs,
Right.
as rockers. So I'm like, they gotta make them like higher up. And then while we were at the show, I'm on Amazon looking, and sure enough, I find it. And then
And then our friend who was also at the show.
yeah, photographer friend.
He had one.
He had one, and he's also plus size,
Right,
as
like
we
us.
are. And when you are plus size, you can't sit in every chair.
You can't sit in it. It's
You-
not
you're very,
recommended.
you're very, yeah.
We're very cognizant of weight limits
Yes.
when purchasing new
Yeah,
furniture.
especially chairs that are foldable.
Yeah.
Those are.
I don't wanna
those
go
are
down.
Exactly. And it's not only does it hurt, but it's also it hits the pride a little bit.
A little bit.
That the
No one
chair
wants to break a
breaks,
chair.
right? Yeah, exactly. So that was another thing, but we found so there are
Specifically
director
those
chairs.
plastic ones.
Yeah,
you
no,
won't
those-
catch me on one of those. I'll stand.
Yeah. But there are director height chairs, so you are standing up a little. You're sitting up a little higher.
I saw a
over
couple
everything.
people with those at the last show.
Yes.
This last
This
weekend.
last, yeah, yeah. So that's one.
Yeah.
Director height chairs.
So another one I had, which people, even
Oh.
other vendors, pointed out to me.
Side note: they're about $100 each.
Yes. Yeah. Is the so it's pretty popular in the groups. I think one of the people I remember having it was Liz Rivers. But I've seen several others with it too. But it's a really compact, like Bluetooth wireless label printer.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Awesome.
clutch.
Okay. I take it with me to Next Level. Any show I'm doing, I take it with me because I never know when there's something I didn't think about that I need to mark
label.
or label.
Yeah.
And so I make all my labels for my products with that so that they also match. But then I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about if I forgot something, oh, I'm writing this on a piece of paper that
Right.
isn't cohesive, right? Like I love the people who have it together so much that they have nice UV printed price signs or engraved acrylic price signs. Maybe someday I'll be there, probably not.
Right.
I need to make it now because I forgot person. And so embracing who you are is important in that
Right.
now I can pivot to not pivoting. Now I can adapt to what works best for me. Sure, I made as many of those price labels as I could before the show, but
Right.
there were several that I needed to make at the show that I didn't even think about to either clarify something or, oh, I made a price for this one, but I feel like it should have a price here as well. So, prime example, I made a bunch of cute little full wrap shot glasses. Well, I put them in several different places as like fillers Well, in the different places, I wanted to price each one.
Right.
Because I didn't want them. I hate making people ask what price is this.
Right. How much?
If they
this?
still ask it anyway because they didn't see the price tag that was right there, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I at least
you
I
did.
attempted
You did your
to,
due diligence.
Right. People loved it. Oh, and I got holographic thermal paper.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it wasn't
looked-
just
it looked
like
cool.
corny white, thermo labels. They were holographic, like 2x1 labels, so a decent size, and they were clutch.
Yeah.
Super clutch.
Yeah, and also if you need to raise or lower price or something,
That's the other
because
thing too.
you can do it on
Sometimes
the fly
with the
because
show, right.
because you're not
in
married
the
to
last
that.
hour, let's get rid of these.
Right.
Oh, people are like, say I priced the tumblers at 75, right? And everyone's like, go 75.
Right.
If I get that reaction a couple times, I'm gonna change that to 65.
Right,
And
and
then
see-
see
And
what
see that reaction.
exactly. So yeah, little things like that. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Kind of on that, I'm going to skip around because these were just a brain dump
Yep.
of ideas. The jackery. Now, a lot of you bring the jackery maybe because you need to run machines or
Right.
whatever. We didn't need to run machines,
No.
but I always need to charge my phone because you're on your phone a lot more. You're getting content. You might be scrolling if it's a dead, time. But bring the jackery because I actually needed it for the label printer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, to charge things.
miscellaneous-
If you're running any fans, you can plug it in.
if you're running a chandelier, which I
Yeah.
hope to be running.
Or any lights or anything like that.
Right.
You can plug it in.
Yeah,
So,
it was just really,
it's
really clutch to
Yeah.
have. Let's see, any other?
So just quickly too on the note of if it's dead, because you said scrolling through your phone, if it isn't, if there's not as much foot traffic or there are dead times.
Oh wait, don't go there yet.
Okay, never mind. We'll be back.
No, so another item. I was trying to do the items first, and then we'll go
Okay.
there. Because I almost went there too, but I was like, no, I'm gonna get off track. The tumbler spinner.
Yeah, that was really.
So there's these, and Connie, she's the one who I saw use. I've seen a couple of the tumbler sellers use it, right? But it's like this big little wireless lazy Susan.
Yeah, it looks like
basically.
a puck. It's like a little bit bigger than a puck, but
And again, wireless, so you can charge it, right? But I actually did have to charge it because it was running
Yeah.
all day. But people loved the cup spinning
Yeah.
on it, and so again, it was movement,
right,
motion,
especially when it's a full wrap.
right? 'Cause
you
it shows
see
the whole
full
design for
yeah,
you. And that cup did sell.
Yeah.
So, that was let's see if there's any other, like items. I guess another item would be, something for kids.
Yeah.
So I had some inappropriate
Yeah.
things, mildly inappropriate. I had some last fucks jars. So I kept those all the way at the top. So they would
Yeah.
hopefully be out of, if you're tall enough to see those, you're an older kid
Right.
and you can handle the curse
Yeah.
word. I put a lot of 3D printed trinkets.
Right. Those
towards the
those
bottom,
articulated toys.
A lot of keychains that are good for kids.
Yeah.
I put all those on the
Those,
bottom two shelves.
What you call it? The fidget ones were down there.
And so if I saw they were looking at the other stuff, I'm like, no, your stuff is down there. Your stuff's down there.
And it's funny, there was this little girl that her mom was a vendor as well. She kept coming over and looking at the fidgets and then going back.
Yeah.
And then coming back. And
She
going
spent
back.
like $5 or $10 at our booth just buying a bunch
She
of
finally
the little,
came and bought it.
Yeah,
but
it was super
It was
cute.
a lot of looking and going back and telling her mom and then coming and looking. I'm like, our best customer, because she
Yeah.
kept coming back.
Right. So something for kids, and then something to make them laugh. So nobody bought them, but people adored the shot glasses and I had shot glasses that glow in the dark, and then some that look similar to Stanley style with like a tiny little handle, right? And no one bought them, but people were very attracted
Yeah, they
to
pick them up and
pick
like,
'em
oh,
up.
these are
this is
cute.
so
This would be
cute.
great
Oh, this
for.
is fun.
Yeah.
So, and then funny keychains.
Yeah.
There's keychains that, what do you
Well, even those-
dog hair don't care, like I don't think I had them this year, but one I had was I'm speeding because I have to poop.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. Like and those are conversation starters, right? So if you have little things like that they need to read, one, they spend more time in your booth. 2, they're cheap. You can use up scraps by doing them.
Yeah.
3, you make them laugh. You're a good time. You kind of loosen,
Right.
loosen it up, and it's not just all like, I guess, serious. And I don't know how to do anything serious, so I need the something funny.
Yeah, a lot of
to
people
break the
also
ice.
like the last fuck jar. They like that. Yeah, the laptop. Oh, is it not plugged in? It's probably not plugged in.
Did it die?
Yeah, I think it might have. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, so they like that the glass jar with the last fuck. Again,
No one bought
same,
them
same
again.
thing. No one bought them, but
they
everyone
thought they were hilarious.
Everyone had a
Yeah.
laugh. They all showed like each other,
Look,
and then
look. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so what you were saying?
So yeah,
When it's
so
slow-
if it's slow, and either the show is slow or there's a slow time. Just think of it like it's a great opportunity to record content, to record real.
See, I was gonna go somewhere else, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah, to record content because your stuff is on display. So basically, it removes all your excuses.
It really does.
I'm not ready.
Yep.
I don't look good. Well, you're at a show,
Right.
so you look somewhat presentable because there are people there, right?
Right.
So that excuse is gone. My shop is a mess. Well, we're not in the shop. Your stuff is literally on display. So that's out of there.
You put effort into
Right.
making it look decent.
I'm too busy. No, because again, this is for when
It's not
you're
busy.
not selling, so
Yeah.
you're not busy because you're probably gonna be scrolling. So instead of scrolling on your phone, just turn the camera app on, and do even if all you're doing is a quick video of your display
Yep.
and you don't say anything. I'll accept that.
Right.
But I would ideally want you to talk about your stuff. Talk about what you
What do you
how you
do?
made it.
Yeah.
The maybe some like, oh, this piece here gave me a tough time because of this or
Right.
whatever, but just make content because you're there. And then also after you record content,
Yeah.
shoot over to your favorite social media platform and go live.
Post it. Yeah.
Well, and go. I was saying go
That
go
too,
live.
yeah.
Because I remember we were setting up. Everyone was setting up directly across from us. What does she do? She does the resin.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
beach scenes or whatever. Her daughter must have been 7, 8 years old.
No, she was probably like
6, 7.
no,
Oh.
like 10 or 11.
10 or 11.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was sitting behind. Her mom was setting it up, and she was sitting there
so
with
good.
her phone propped up. She didn't have a stand. She didn't have anything, and going live and showing them the pieces and
have
asking her mom, "What are
this
the
and-
prices
yeah,
again? We have this for this much. You gotta
see
come over
us."
here. We're at VBS." Like, and she was just doing it, and I was
Yeah.
like, and I was there getting content for the recap video,
Right.
and I'm like, man, and she's like, that's my marketing team. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
you're doing it. Like that's what because she was going live and
Yeah.
and pushing people to come in. And then that's another thing too. You gotta look at these shows. It's not just booth rent.
Right.
Look at it like you're partnering with whoever's putting the show
you
on.
have to post about it.
So
and
you have to
listen, I get
post.
it. I'm the worst at that. Like APA is coming up in a month. A month and a half. I haven't
Right.
posted about it at all. I need to tell people
Yeah,
that we're
that we're
going to be
going.
there. If you want people to go there because you're going to be there, you need to tell them in enough time for them to be able to go there. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get that it's difficult, especially when you're in like prep mode and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot rely on the organizer to be
Right.
the only one marketing the show.
Yeah, and if you're
you
in
have
prep
to
mode-
market that you're going to be there.
If you're in prep mode, hopefully you're already getting video for your own social
content
media.
that
Use
you're
that
in
to
prep
say,
mode.
hey,
Prepping for
this show. We'll see you this weekend. We'll see you in a week or
Well,
whenever
and I
it is.
told you it was super easy for me to get content when I was making stuff.
Exactly.
Because I was making a ton of stuff, so
Exactly.
that was my content.
Yeah, so it's just shifting that from being a vendor to being a partner. Because remember,
Yeah.
these organizers can't put on these shows without the vendors,
Right.
and the vendors need the organizers to put
Right.
on the show. So you
Yep.
guys, it really is a one hand washes the other.
Yeah.
So don't use that excuse of like, oh, they didn't promote the event,
Right.
because it's like it's a group effort.
So another thing with the slow part, where I
Mm-hmm.
was initially going to go and I thought you were going, is networking with the other booth people.
Yes.
So having a laser business, having a potential UV printing business, if you have one of those or you have access to one or whatever, we have the luxury with being able to sell to them as well. We can make them tumblers. We can make them keychains. We can make them QR code signs. We can make them shelves. There's a lady who I need to get on that. But she wanted me to help her make a better shelf thing for some of her products.
Right.
And, we, again, like not everyone. So there was a lady there who was doing permanent jewelry. She maybe can't, like, it might be a difficult sell to us, right? If she necessarily had something that we could use for us or our business. But you need to go to these and you need to walk around.
Yeah.
The people in the community need to know you.
Right.
Even if, so speaking of the permanent jewelry girl, because she actually had a difficult time at the show.
Yeah.
And even though I may not need permanent jewelry or want interest in it, if someone's like, hey, do you know anyone who does permanent jewelry? I'll think, oh, who was that girl at the show who did permanent jewelry? Oh, she was super nice, blah, 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 right? So it's building relationships. It's networking where they could potentially use you for something for their booth or their business. Or it's also building that relationship with people in the community. So it was a local gift shop who was running this. It strengthened my relationship with her.
Right.
The stuff that didn't sell ended up going into her shop, and she's since sold like one of the tumblers.
Nice.
She is now one of my pickup locations for any orders that I get. And so that's mutually beneficial because if they're picking up their order from me, they're stepping into her store to pick it up. They might pick up something while they're there. It makes me more easily accessible because then I don't have to have them coming to my home.
Right.
If they're in Vero, which is in the town next to us, they don't have to drive all the way to Sebastian to come pick it up, etc. Right.
And then she also runs a very successful Facebook page locally, and that shows, strength in relationships. It's like, oh, you guys are, you can pick up your stuff there. Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So
and that was one of my other ones is that I ended up doing consignment with her. So I signed up to do consignment while I was there and dropped off 4 or 5 tumblers. She found a spelling error on one of my ornaments. I found a spelling error on her contract for consignment. So, I told her, she messaged me like because I was like, it was a minor thing, right? The word wasn't spelled wrong, but it was the wrong word in that spot. It should have been like it instead of if kind of thing. And she goes, do you know how many people have read and reviewed that contract and no one has seen it? And I was like, and then like a week later, she messaged me and she goes, is this spelled wrong? So it was a play on words anyway, right? Because it said seasons and it was an S because corn snakes are one of our like local jokes and animals, right? And so it had all these extra S's. Well, the extra S's threw me off, and I didn't put the second S in season. So it was season. And I was like, no, and I also looked up, my dumbass, I look up if Season's Greeting has an apostrophe in Season's apostrophe S.
Right.
I Googled that, but left out the S in the middle of season. And she's like, is this spelled wrong? And I was like, no. And I like Googled it, sent her the screenshot of me. And she goes, are you? And she was like, are you sure? Because and then I looked at it again and I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, man, you Uno reversed me on my typo. I found a typo on her and she was like, I found one on yours. But yeah, it was just funny. So, just growing that relationship. Again, I hope to make more products, for her shop, which will help her. It'll help me. Let's see what else. The attitude thing. So there were times where, man, the first 2 hours, killing it. We so busy. I was like, ooh, this is going to be nice. And then the next like 3 hours, it was like crickets. There's a couple people here and there. And there's enough to where you weren't like, oh man, this was like a dud.
Right.
But like you were also questioning like, dang, because like
Yeah.
I made my booth rent back like that in the first 2 hours,
Right.
and then it was like,
Yeah. Now
and yeah.
Yeah.
So attitude, right? I wasn't worried. I made my booth rent back.
what? Right.
That was my first
Right.
initial goal. I
Right.
can't be mad right now. Did I
Yeah.
want to sell out? You know, my friends were sending me, sold out energy and all of that.
Right,
Like,
right,
of
right.
course you hope for that,
Yeah.
right? But not every show is going to be like
No.
that. You can't
No.
control. It was unreasonably warm in December. There was a bunch of other shows going on.
Yeah.
It was December, so it was crazy.
It was her first show.
First ever show
First
that she had
vendor
done
event, yeah.
at that event.
Yeah.
So, the attitude of some of the other ones, the ones who weren't walking around, the ones who had kind of like flat displays. One note that I wrote down was clarity in your product and your services. You couldn't really tell what she was selling.
Yeah.
And then you walked up and then you kind of looked and she would tell you a little bit, or you read like her
Right,
her
right.
banner, I think I might have told you.
Right.
And then you're like, if you didn't know what permanent jewelry is, then you now, okay, permanent jewelry, what is that?
Right.
And so there was
Right.
it was a lot, and with jewelry, there's a lot of small items. But I walked up
Yeah.
and I still like networked, and I'm like, hey, if you need any QR codes,
Right.
my friend Katie with Monarch Pine sells jewelry and accessories. Maybe check her out. There's maybe some things that you could
Right.
add to your product line that she has. Because the other thing with like permanent jewelry, if you're just one route, so the permanent jewelry, if you don't know, it's literally soldered onto your wrist. My panicked
your
self or
ankle.
ankle or whatever,
Yeah.
I could never. I would feel trapped. If there's no way for me to get it off besides cutting it off, I'm cutting it off in probably 3 hours because I'm going to think it's cool and pretty. And then panic.
I need this
right?
off me and it
Like,
won't
it's
come
like
off.
the seatbelt locking when it shouldn't, and you
Yeah.
can't get it to unlock without
Yeah.
unclipping it. That's what that would feel like to me. So my suggestion, not that she's asking, would be finished jewelry that you could potentially take with you.
Right.
That's a cute bracelet,
Yeah.
but that it actually closed. Okay,
Right.
permanent jewelry is not your thing. I have a couple over here
Right.
that, are in that same like type
Look
and
feel,
style.
right. Yeah.
But then you don't worry about anybody who's like,
You don't worry about the
permanent jewelry is
commitment.
so specific,
Yeah.
I don't know how often people are going to these shows and being like, oh, I want a bracelet
Forever.
that's not going to come off
Right.
until
Yeah.
I have,
Right.
So clarity in your product and your services and attitude. And speaking of that, we went to the craft show this weekend. And we're past our time, but we're not going to cut you off. This is a freebie for you patrons. Normally at 45 minutes, we're at 49.
You
we
mean
cut
for,
you off.
for Gen Pop, not
Well,
for
Gen
patrons.
Pop. Normally, Gen Pop, we cut you off and we go to the patron portion.
Yeah.
We're giving you all this
Yeah.
for free.
We don't
Okay?
have a guest today. So
We don't have a guest, so the rules are off.
Happy
but
New Year.
Anyway, so we went to this other show, and there was a permanent jewelry
Yes.
booth again.
Yeah.
Very clear
Yeah.
what
Signage.
she was doing.
Yeah.
It's tons of like tables. She was standing, not sitting.
Yep.
She had a smile on her
Yep.
face.
Yep.
Like you walked past, and she's like, "Oh, hey," and it looks like she had other like little things too. So it
Yeah.
wasn't just the let me put
Yeah.
the bracelet.
But she had one of those which I thought was cool. She had one of those like a folding banner like showing it
Yeah.
and explaining it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it was very like even if you
Clear.
don't know what it is, like
Yep.
even at the first show, I didn't know what permanent jewelry was. I was like,
Yeah.
"What's permanent jewelry?" You're like, "Oh, they solder it on." I'm like,
Right.
"What?"
Yeah.
And then I walk over and I'm like, "Oh, I see what it is."
But it took me
but I had to go
explaining that to you.
and I had to go over there and looked. This other one from this past weekend, she had that folding thing. So as you're walking up to the booth, you can already see
What it is.
What it is.
Yep.
So even if I didn't know what
Yep.
permanent jewelry was, I saw it. And then her display was again tiered at eye level.
Right.
So you didn't have to go too like
lean
like,
down.
Like yeah, she brought her product almost to you. In a sense.
tall tables.
In a sense, as
Yeah.
opposed to you having to go in the case and like, that looks cool,
Right.
and lean over it. You can kind of like see it as you're walking up and like, oh, that looks cool, and then you like that draws you in even
Yep.
closer.
Yeah. So let's see. This is, I guess, back on the things to bring side. So I always bring a portable fan. The
That's just
Jackery
everywhere.
helps literally everywhere, but also definitely there because you never know when you're going to be hot. Water, tons of water. We did not bring enough water. We failed
No.
on that, and
Yeah.
thankfully we were able to get some more water
Right.
to hold us over. But I
Yeah.
was quite parched. And snacks. Snacks or lunch or something to hold you
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
We didn't bring lunch, and we should have. It was a show. It was
Yeah.
like 10 to 4. Starving. There was, thankfully and not thankfully, there was a treats place next door
Oh,
to
there was
us.
like a bakery. Yeah. Yeah.
I bought cookies
Yep.
and I ate them all.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
So let's see another thing. Oh, and the cart. So those kind of like four
the
big
wagons.
wheel
Yeah, the
wagon
foldable
carts.
wagons.
That you like take on beaches or whatever.
Yeah. Groceries or whatever.
Great.
Yeah.
Another thing not on my list, but bring a hymn if you have if you're able to.
Bring a hymn?
If you have one of him, bring him. You can't have mine.
We can
but
rent. You can rent me out.
if you're local. If not local, if you're willing to pay for travel, I mean, that's excessive. I feel like you could find someone. But do that. Let's see. Promote your event. We talked about that. Packing the car or wagon. If you can't pack the car
Yeah,
the night before because of neighborhood area, you don't want it to like sit in the car, whatever, fine.
Yeah.
Pack the wagon or whatever. Do
Yeah.
whatever you can the night before
To make it easier
to prepare
day of.
yourself so that in the morning it was great because all we had to do was get up, get dressed, and leave.
Yeah.
You know, we were good. Let's see what else. We're close to done. So another thing we were going there for, in that I didn't expect tons of sales. Right, this was my first show.
Right.
Nobody knows me. Nobody
Right.
knows, and if they do know
Right.
me, they know me as the studio girl because that's what I've been pushing the most.
Yeah.
Because for the longest
Locally.
time,
Yeah.
right? Because for the longest time, I was like, oh yeah, I do laser stuff, but I mostly do teaching, right? I didn't really sell myself as like the person who could make them stuff because I didn't really want to make the things. And so now I'm getting my name out there as someone who can make custom products for them. And I knew that me being there, I may not sell a ton, but now I want them to recognize my name. I
Yeah.
want them to think of me in the future,
Yeah.
even if they don't buy now. Oh man, something I didn't have on my list was the community members who either did similar things or wanted advice. That I didn't expect either. So there was two different sets of people. There was a young girl, she was in college, and her mom. She was starting a business and
Right.
she was doing 3D printed stuff, right? We had 3D printed stuff. However, and we've been to all these shows and there's been at least 1 or 2 3D printed vendors at each one. She was doing different stuff that I hadn't seen before. It was kind of like gothy, but not like it was
Right.
like skeleton, dinosaur, whatever.
Skeletonized
kind
animals.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like half skeleton, half not. Like very.
Yeah, and like
it was-
colorful.
Yeah, it was very
fun.
very much her style.
Yeah.
Like she
and
had
it,
a
so
style.
it was like she had her lane, right? She knew, yes, I'm going to do 3D printed stuff, but she had like, it was not this, I hadn't seen this stuff
Yeah.
before. And that's also what you want to do with lasering, right? If there was another laser lady not at this one, but at the show we went to this weekend. And we've talked to her several
Yep.
times. Ooh, that was another good moment. We walk in her booth and we're talking to her. We saw her at a show a couple weeks prior. Again, we're going to all of these
Yeah.
shows. This is
Yeah.
on my list.
And a few of
attending
them-
shows I'll consider the next year.
Yeah, and a few of them are thrown by the same organizer.
Right.
They're just indifferent.
And so we went to these shows. I was like, okay, if it's not a show that I can vend at, but I'm considering vending at, let's attend it.
Right.
Stop by,
Yeah.
check it out. There
See
was
the foot
one that we
traffic.
checked out that I
Oh my
thought about
God.
doing. It was out of school. Now, mind you, I knew it was out of school, but I've also heard people say, don't dismiss the school
Right.
ones because some of them can be great.
This one can be dismissed.
It's not great.
This one
There was
wasn't.
literal vendors falling asleep at their booth.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
how
there
bad
wasn't
it was.
it was like off. It wasn't near any like main street.
No.
It was off like
And
in the
I
back.
don't know if they advertised.
on
I don't
the
know what
field.
happened, but it was not good.
Yeah, it was on the
I felt
field.
so bad for all of the vendors
Yeah.
who were there because I would
Yeah.
have been pissed if
Yeah.
I signed up for that. And it was like the
Yeah.
following weekend after my show, and that's why I didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, so attend the shows if you can't make it, but you considered it. Still find 30 minutes to do a quick walkthrough
Yeah.
and see who else is there.
Yeah.
And so we met this other lady at one of those shows where we were like walking around kind of like, casing the place, right?
Yeah.
To see if we wanted to go there. And she had an adorable setup, right? It all displayed
It was
very
all
well,
pink.
all very pink. Like it just, it looked great, right? And we saw her again at this one. And so
Yeah.
now we're starting to recognize these vendors too, again, building that community, building that networking. And when we went this time, I saw a cancer ribbon keychain.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know that cancer ribbon. Like I drew it.
Right.
So I literally
Yeah.
know
Yeah. That's my
like
file.
what it, I'm like,
Yeah.
did you
Right.
buy that on Etsy? And she was like, yeah, I did. It was a long time ago. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't made
Are
a
those,
new file in
and then
like
we're
2
like,
years.
are those keychain thingies?
And she goes, yeah. And I was like, do you buy it on keychainthingies.com? And she was like, no, I buy it from, what's that acrylic place? CMB. And I go, yeah,
Yeah, those are keychain thingies.
those are from me. I was like, CMB carries my keychain thing.
Yeah.
She's like, no way.
Yeah.
And then as we're like starting to leave, I see she has my little snow globe earring design. And I was like, oh, those are also me. And she goes, what's your shop name on Etsy? And I go, Riley Black Designs. She goes, oh yeah, I bought several of your. And
Yeah.
so that was a really cool moment. Like
Yeah.
I've seen my stuff like on Etsy or
Right.
Pinterest
Well, and
or
then-
other places.
And then that snow globe had the Monarch Pine
That was cool too.
ribbon on it.
So she used my snow globe design acrylic earring, but then she used the little metal bow kind of earring charm from Katie with Monarch Pine, Riley Black, 10% off. If you're a patron, you get more. But so it was the earring findings, the hook, the bow, and then the snow globe. It was super cute.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and I never sent that to Katie. I need to send that
Oh,
to Katie. But that was cool too, because it was like, oh yeah, I know her, and oh, you can use this discount code, and
Yeah.
like buy some more stuff or whatever. But that was really cool seeing my files used like
Right.
in the wild. And she herself was a cancer survivor. She
Right.
used to have breast
Yeah.
cancer, and she only had one pink breast cancer ribbon left. She had like several colors. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really awesome
Yeah.
to see like, oh, look.
Now I will say, because her along with somebody else at another craft show, especially with me like recording content,
they got a little.
they were a little like
Yeah.
standoff, like these are my files,
Right.
like don't whatever.
Yeah.
Especially once like when you know.
Right.
So like just different kind of questions like, oh, what laser do you have or whatever?
Right.
We have this and that. Like, oh, well, I'm like, no, we don't do anything like you do.
Yeah.
Like-
and that was the other thing too. Me and that girl, what was it? Flamingo
Flamingo Design LLC, I think.
something. No, we're missing something, but I'll figure it out. But I was like, I plan on coming to some of these shows, hopefully in the future. I'm like, but my stuff is completely different than
Right.
hers. There was no real overlap in products, and so I didn't really have to worry about me competing,
Right.
Against her.
Or
and that's
to
important
look
too.
or looking like you're coming in to compete with her. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, getting my name out there, attending ones for next year. Oh, another thing. So yeah, so the community. So we were giving that girl tons of advice on,
The young girl
Yeah, if
with the
she's going to
3D
set up
printing.
an Etsy, making sure that she does a lot of content, that Facebook pages are very important in our small town. It's very Facebook heavy. There was another guy, what did he do?
He did the interchangeable signs.
No,
talking about
not
that guy?
him. No, so he was cool too. He
Yeah,
was really
but
cool.
he was when I was coming around with the camera, he flipped it around
Yeah,
to
and
the
he was
back.
like, nope.
He's like, what is this video
What's this
for?
for?
And I'm like, oh, well, I just do a recap and I
Yeah.
tag everyone in and
Yeah,
this and
he was
that
like,
and just he's
"Oh,
like,
okay."
oh, okay.
No, the one who him and his wife, they were both trying not to spend money, but then they did. Podcasting.
Flamingo Beach Design.
Flamingo Beach Designs, LLC.
LLC.
She was awesome.
Sorry, that's what I was doing. I was looking up.
He did podcasting. but hadn't done it in a
Oh
while.
yeah, and he knew of us, right? He knew us.
Yeah.
He knew us, and he's like, she's like, oh, you should talk to them because they do.
He's like, I
And
know
he's
them.
like, I know them. I can't afford them.
Aw, and we were like, what do you mean?
What do
No
you mean?
way.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. We were
Yeah, so we talked about him. We
nerding
talked
out.
about podcasting.
Yeah.
And so that, again, just the community, meeting people. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't expect to like give other people business advice at,
Right.
you know, this thing of like, do this, do that, or, you know, this is some way. Cause they were both kind of like at a crossroads of like not knowing like where they should go, what they should do, where they should focus their energy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, this girl was wondering like what shows to do. And I was kind of helping her like, you know, this is what I do when I think of what shows I'm going to do. Make sure you network when you go to these shows. So yeah, community. And then the other one, which was a suggestion from, it might have been Christian with Tumbly House Creative. He might have been the one who told me to do it. But I've seen a couple people do it, but it's the B2B engagement thing, right? And so, and Tyler Midkiff, Dana Midkiff's husband. I saw him talk about it too. And so I 3D printed a little bowl
Oh
and
right.
I had it out. And I had, which I want to make this display a little bit better, but I had like a little display of like a couple engraved cups with our logos on them and some blank ones because I ran out of time, honestly. But I also wanted to show them what other style cups
Right.
were available. And so I had those near that little bin. And if they had a business, now mind you, you're selling to the public, but some of these people could also have a small business.
Right.
And so I had that bin and I'm like, hey, you put your card in there and I'll make you a freebie.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, then when you make them something, or you might win a freebie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Travis Midkiff, his hack was he made every single person a freebie hat.
Right.
They don't need to know that everyone wins.
Right.
You know, but everyone wins because
Yeah.
it was a marketing thing for him
Right.
and strategic marketing. They
Yeah.
were interested in potentially your products and winning something. And that can often turn into, you know, giving someone a free hat. Talk to your tax people. It's a write-off, but I don't know how it's a write-off. Like it is. I know how it is, but I don't know how to document whatever. But that's marketing materials, right? So you give away maybe 5 to 10 strategic hats that could turn into a 100 hat order
Right.
or tumblers, whatever your item is, right? So yeah, getting that B2B engagement, because that really is where businesses tend to shift after a while. You know, you get confident in your offerings, you get confident in your skills, you get confident in your products. Then you start to see the value in B2B clients for so many reasons.
Yeah.
And that's a talk for another episode.
I mean, and
But-
one of the biggest thing is like, you know, they're gonna order multiples.
They're going to order
You know,
multiples. They
so-
typically come with a design because it's usually their logo.
Right.
And they're spending someone else's money.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. And then
Unless
that's
it's the owner, right?
that's another thing too, that it's not necessarily a small business that's coming to these shows. It could be a marketing exec or the marketing person to this company who is basically like out there just
Yeah.
doing recon, like, oh, let me see, you know, we have this award ceremony coming
Yeah.
up. Let me see what we
Right.
can give
Well,
away.
and what I didn't expect too was we saw people that we knew in the community and friends. And there was a friend who came up
Yeah.
and she works for one of our podcasters. And she saw the quality of our cups and walked,
Yeah.
I didn't know it, but she walked away and called, you know, her boss
Right.
and was like, hey, we need to get tumblers from her. I
Right.
saw the quality
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's not like, I didn't expect
Right.
that
Right.
either, you know, and I hope
Yeah.
that some of those
And
people
it was a connection that was already made, just not in that avenue, right? Because he
Right.
does podcasting with us,
Right, so they knew
we
about the
know
studio.
him, and he knows that you do laser engraving, just never really like,
Right.
you know. So and we're
Well,
also
and
getting
he already
into
had someone he had worked with,
Right.
you know, prior. And so, you know, it's always good to have options because if I might do a little bit different than that other
Right,
person,
right.
maybe that relationship, you know, maybe they take a little bit longer or they're hard to get a hold of or whatever, right?
or maybe you
there's
just
a
need
pain
it, and they're
point.
or maybe you just need it, and
Yeah,
they're on
and they're too
vacation.
busy.
They're on
Yeah.
vacation, and you're not.
Yeah, or they're too busy, or they
Exactly.
don't carry it, or they don't
Yeah.
have it in stock.
Right.
Like it's good to have options, right? And so I became another option for someone who wasn't even looking
Yeah.
for that, who had someone. So yeah, getting the more of these shows that I go to, and here's the other part too. So now that we've been going to so many of these shows, either vending and or attending, they're starting to know us.
Right.
One, we always show up in some kind of,
Listen,
he's usually in
listen,
studios
if
gear.
you see me in the wild, it's a Riley Black Studios shirt. That's what it is.
And this, it's usually TRVP or now Riley Black.
Yeah.
And so, which is key
Yeah.
because people start to recognize
Yep.
your brand.
Yep.
You are not a product. You are not just a company. You are a brand. You are it's you, right? Your colors, your look, the name,
Right.
all of it. And we get kudos all the time with look at our studio.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It's red and black all day.
Do we like green? You wouldn't know.
No.
Because we only sport
I mean,
red and black.
shout out to Lens Digital, but
Listen, but
that's their
they're
green.
green and black.
Yeah.
Right? And so you need to be your brand.
Although they bit
as
off of our
much-
style for the pie rim. But no problem.
It's okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so you need to be your brand as much as possible.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these shirts are comfy. Okay, and if you've ever purchased them, you know that. But I live in them. I wear them anytime I go out, unless I'm like that rare
like-
occasion that I'm dressing up.
I'm like a cartoon character. You know when you see the closet of a cartoon character, it's all the same outfit that they wear all the time. So
Yeah.
the only thing that changes
I
is
have
jeans
different
and shorts.
variations. Yeah.
Mine goes from jeans.
See, but you
to
switch it up
shorts.
sometimes. I rarely do.
Yeah, no. you don't.
Rarely
You
do.
don't.
I have red shoes.
don't.
I got
Yeah.
it's 24/7.
I switch up the
for me.
shoes. I have white shoes
Yeah.
and black shoes.
Yeah, and then sometimes he wears other shirts, but for the most
for the
part,
most
especially now that we've opened the studio, he's definitely done it some more.
Yeah, and it's all like I honestly I would like to wear non-branded clothing, but
when we're
what happens
out,
is
we're promoting.
But what happens is every time I'm out and I'm wearing like a regular shirt, I'm like, am I missing, like, am I not present?
Well, because how
like
many
the
times has
presence.
someone asked you when we've been out, especially in this town? No one ever asked me what my shirt was when we lived in South Florida.
Right.
Not
What is that?
once.
Yeah.
Not
What's Riley
once.
Black? Yeah.
Here, all the time.
Yeah.
And we promote so much in the local Facebook groups, they know Riley Black of some sort.
Yeah.
They may not necessarily know
Right.
what we do every time because they
Right.
may just scroll past it.
Right.
But the name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about politics, sometimes that's all that matters. They don't even know.
They just
what
recognize-
you stand
they
for.
recognize
They
the
recognize your
name on the
name
ballot.
because you were the squeakiest
And they're like,
wheel.
oh, I've heard this name. Circle.
Sure. Yeah. But let's quickly get off of that subject. But yeah, I think that's all of the
Yeah.
things. So just get out there, be approachable. Listen, I know I'm RBF queen. He tells me all
Fix
the
your
time,
face.
Fix your face.
Yeah.
He probably told me
Yeah.
several times at the show,
Yeah.
fix your face. And it's not intentional. 'cause
Well,
it's
and
my
then
face.
also not only that, but when we are in like our version of the wild at these events, I always tell you, hey, time to be on,
I know.
because it's also one of those things like,
They're
you know,
starting to
you get
recognize this now, so I have
we
to
get
be careful.
we get caught up. Well, we get caught up in especially on travel. I hate traveling. So I'm not putting a face on for like meeting you guys in
Right.
person. I'm putting a face on because I'm annoyed at the travel.
The people
And
jumping
it's just
up on
like,
the airplanes.
and it's
the
it's just
people
I
wanting to be
hate all
first
that
everywhere.
all that thing, and
Yeah.
and you guys can relate to that. But at the same time, it's also like, oh, I don't want to bring that into my interaction
Right.
with people who follow us,
Yeah.
who support us, and
Right.
everything like that.
You gotta shake that
So
shit
it's
off.
more turn it on in a sense of, you know, doing right by you guys, and because this is who we are.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're a little more frustrated, especially when we're traveling.
Yeah.
But it's not a knock on that. But so
Right.
yeah, it's definitely like, hey, fix your face. Like you have to kind of like put that on for your
Yeah.
your customers and your
Right.
clients out at the shows, because
Yeah, you don't want someone's first interaction or
Right.
second interaction with you to be
Right.
you look like a sourpuss or
Yeah.
it's been a terrible
Right.
day, right? You know, for the most part, like turn it on. If now that the customers are gone and it was a really crappy show or whatever, be
Right.
pissed off while you're packing up. That was the other thing. Another thing I didn't write down. This show ended at like 3 or 4. At 3:30, there were some shows that they were basically
Some
packed
booths,
up.
some tents,
Yeah.
not shows.
Some booths, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, from the shows that I've done,
Yeah.
that's not allowed.
Right.
They like
Yeah.
you legit don't start. You're not allowed. Like
Right.
you can kind of cautiously start cleaning your stuff back, like up behind or whatever. You cannot start unassembling
down.
your booth
Yeah.
anytime
Yeah.
before when it ends.
Yeah.
That's a huge turnoff.
Yeah.
Like if you're walking up to an event and sure it closes in 30 minutes, like we all hate the last minute
Right.
people, but maybe you didn't know that it was even going to be there.
Oh man, working retail when someone walk in 5 minutes before,
It sucks, right?
It sucks.
You hate it.
But you can't
But-
close the door.
No. And same with this. Like, if, again, say someone was driving by and hadn't seen any of the Facebook
Right.
posts or anything, and they're like, oh, what's this?
Oh, it
and
looks
then
like
they
it's
come
ending.
up and you're packing up all your things, and
Yeah.
your neighbor isn't, but they see someone pack, oh, it looks like it's over. Never mind. I
Yeah,
won't
exactly.
stop. And then, like, you stopping something that could
Mm-hmm.
be something. And so that was crazy to me. And listen, their setups were not complicated. So
No.
it took them 2 seconds to break everything
It took
down.
well, and it's funny because they were the last ones there and the first ones to leave.
And it's like you could have waited until 4, taken 5,
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes to pack up and left at 4:05 to 4:15
Yeah.
instead of 3:30, 3:45. Now, who knows? Maybe they had an emergency, or maybe they just couldn't do it anymore, or I don't know what.
don't know.
But like it wasn't a good look to me personally. And
Yeah.
if I was running a show, I'd be pissed if 2 of my booths, and they were right next to each other. So it was like this
Yeah,
huge
this
gap
Yeah.
in the show in the last, hour of it.
And I mean, listen, for them, they didn't have a great show.
Right.
I can't imagine they made their booth.
True, but like what's 30 more minutes if you
Exactly.
didn't make any
No,
more
no,
money,
I'm totally there with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving them, like, I can see why the thought of packing up early would be
Yeah.
a thing.
And I mean,
it's like,
yeah.
listen, I haven't made anything
get
in the
it.
2 hours. I'm not gonna make anything in this last half hour.
Right.
So I'm cutting my
Well,
losses and I'm
definitely
leaving.
not if you pack it all up.
True.
You know, one way that you can ensure that it doesn't work out is you quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you don't quit,
So don't
there's
quit.
still a chance.
There's still. So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. But yeah, I think that's all the things.
Yeah.
I really hope that was helpful for any of you. Some of you, maybe there's something you hadn't heard before or didn't think about or whatever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to. I almost said 2025.
Nope.
No.
2026.
It's
I wrote
rearview.
the check today, and I didn't have to correct.
The first time I
That was
wrote it too, I didn't
2026,
have to
yeah.
fix it too.
Yeah.
I forget what I wrote it on. But yeah, I hope it is a great year for all of you.
Yes.
I hope all of us are abundance, less surviving, more thriving. That's the theme,
Yes.
damn it.
Yes.
And let's go out and kill it. It is a weird spot right now, right? So there's a lot of people who are either flooding in orders, can't so much, they don't know what to do. They're drowning in
Right.
orders, and the ones of us included, who are not, swimming in orders, it's like, it's
Right.
easy to get on, but making it through these weird times, like Robert said to us years ago on a podcast,
Right.
those are the businesses that make it.
Yeah, and
You
I
just gotta
saw,
make it through these bumpy paths because it won't always be like
And-
this.
and it's not just us,
Mm-hmm.
because I just saw in the we have a local business Facebook Facebook group, and in there they were asking, what do you do? What do you do when sales are slow and when things are slow,
Right.
like we've all seen? So it's not just us.
Right.
And a lot of people were saying they double down on content and getting,
Yep.
and marketing, because that is
This
what
is when you
brings
focus
in.
on the free stuff. Clean up your space. I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
at my dirty space. I don't have a lot of free time though, but I'm working on the fact that I'm always busy, but not, like, it doesn't always feel productive.
Yeah.
But this is what, catch up on your accounting, improve your website, improve your SEO, try a new listing. Like this is when you try some new things that you can afford to try, whatever that may be, and see what sticks. Make some fun gifts. Create just to create. Make, those are sometimes when, like, when you're drowning in orders and maybe now you're not, you make something that you've wanted to make that you didn't have time for. And then sometimes that's what takes off because you enjoyed it, right? This is something you wanted to make, didn't have time to.
Yeah.
Well, now if you have the time, now, now you try it. As much as we all want the next machine and trying to keep up with the Joneses and our neighbors and all the things, if it's not meant for you right now, don't force it, because those are the kinds of things, if you force that really expensive UV printer that you're not ready for and you don't have the sales to back it up.
Are you talking to yourself?
Kind of. But like, I'm talking, there's a lot of,
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people in the groups lately that, like, I've seen their stuff and they're like, oh, I'm struggling to get sales. Maybe I buy a UV printer.
Well,
and
because
like,
it opens, because it opens things up too.
Does, but it's
yes,
a huge risk.
It is. And I mean, there are
even Steve has on his episode said, if you're killing it and this can take what you're already doing to the next level,
100%.
and now it's time to add it. If you know that every month, no question, you can cover that payment, it's a big payment, bro.
Yeah.
I have friends who have them, and it's a big payment.
Yeah.
If you can cover that payment every single month, plus some, make the jump. If you really think it's going to expand your business.
And
but
it's not.
Those are the business killers. Is when you make those big purchases and they're not
right.
They're not where you're at.
Right.
You know?
And there are different ways around. Like, you don't have to get those things. Like, there are different ways around it.
Outsourcing.
You can outsource. Yeah, exactly.
Someone who has one.
Right.
Help them make their payment.
Right.
By, outsourcing certain products to them. And you can test the market that way. Oh, I want to see how UV printed keychains or ornaments do. Get some help with designing it if you're not quite sure how to design it. And get a tester and test it, see what the interest is.
Right.
If it starts flying off the shelf and now it's harder for you to order them than it is to make them yourself, that's when, you can get it. So yes, I am talking to myself too.
Yeah.
Of you don't need all the machines that everybody else has.
Right. At least again, not at the current time. You can, put in an order for like 10 to 20.
Yep.
And then market those and see if they take off.
Yeah.
And then go from there. Either continue ordering from that source and subbing out until you can really prove of concept and really make that, or or just stick with what you have. Maybe take something out and swap it with something else. But don't go out and a fiber is gonna save everything, or whatever machine is going to save me, and this is what I'm going to do.
I bought my fiber and I did not use it to its full potential yet.
Right.
I'm just now starting to use that thing and actually do something with it, and it's been basically an expensive paperweight for a long time.
Right.
So,
but what I'm saying is, just don't think that the next machine is what's going to pull you out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's like having a baby to fix your marriage. Don't do it. We didn't.
Or a
but
tattoo.
Don't do it.
Or a tattoo
right.
to save your relationship or whatever.
Don't.
It's just if it's not work, that's not the reason that it's not working.
Right.
But we do need to find that reason. But that's not it, and don't think that it's gonna save.
Yeah. Side note, I just looked over here at, again, my very cluttered workspace that you can't see, and there's a box from Copper Cactus. And please try and remember to pull this clip for later.
Okay.
Congrats to Copper Cactus Collective, right?
Yep,
Copper
I think,
Cactus Collective. Yeah, I said
Yeah.
it right. CCC. He has been killing it. Him and his girl. Oh, what is it?
Oh, I'm
Brenda starts with a B.
sorry.
Love ya. I don't remember her name. I'm terrible with names. Anyway, they've been killing it lately on his bracelets and stuff.
Yeah.
The leather bracelets and the leather goods.
Yeah.
And they just bought brick and mortar.
Yeah, he went from his little porch. What was it?
Well, so he had
what was
a
it called?
porch store.
Yeah, porch store.
And
yeah.
he had, he was selling online and on TikTok a lot.
Yeah.
And his space in the basement of their new home that they bought, they recently moved from Arizona to somewhere cold. I forget where. But so yeah, they just bought a brick and
Yeah.
mortar, and it's awesome, and I'm super excited for them. They've
Yeah.
been painting it and bringing us content.
Yeah, along for
bringing
the
us
ride.
all along for setting up the new place, and I'm so happy for
Yeah.
them, and I hope that they continue to,
Yeah,
do big
to
things.
kill it and throw it. Yeah.
Yeah, they want
A
to
lot-
do like
a lot of people are getting
shows
spaces.
and that kind of, not shows. He wants to have like little maker meetups or different kind
yeah.
of like classes, I
Right.
think, and stuff. Retail spot, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm excited for them. It sounds like it's in a prime. Anything that's called Main Street
Right.
is usually
Right, Main Street.
We're moving from Main Street.
But we weren't on the good side of Main Street.
It's true. But we were, but there's bigger and better
Yes.
coming.
Yes,
Damn it.
there is.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. Put it out there.
So yeah, if we can help in any way,
Yeah.
silhouette, keychain thingies,
Content
Tumblr,
creation.
acrylic, content creation. We didn't share. Did we share?
What did we share?
John is teaching his first class.
Oh, yeah. I'm teaching my 1st class.
We'll keep this quick. But John is teaching his first class, so we won't
Yeah.
say too much. But we're teaming up. We are one of many teachers that Heather Bennett with Paisley Grace Makery is
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
having in North Florida. This is for her members. These are people who she kind of consults with or helps out on a regular basis, right? And so it's a small, cozy event. It's not open to everyone, basically, is what we're saying. But we're all going
Just
there.
over 50 people, I think. It's nothing crazy.
And which 50 people is still a lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so we're going there with
Especially when it's your first time speaking.
Will also be there. Stephanie will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Emily will be there.
my
Who
neck.
else? Oh, yeah, careful.
How does she do that?
She's more flexible.
Maybe it's the hair. Maybe because I don't have hair, I get too much torque.
Shauna with Gypsy Fins will be there
Yeah.
doing an epoxy class, a resin class. So yeah, I'm really, really excited.
I should bring my tumbler that she made.
Oh yeah,
should
you
bring it,
should.
yeah.
You should. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. And
Yeah.
John will be teaching his first
Yeah,
class.
I'll be
so
talking about content.
wish
and,
him luck.
Yeah. You'll see content on my content course
content
because I'm gonna be recording and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm doing my first one. It's a little nerve wracking and not right because I know what I'm talking about and
Right.
I know
We can talk about content all day.
exactly. So I'm not nervous in that aspect, but I am nervous in I'm gonna be standing up talking. Surprisingly, getting nervous, but I'm a little nervous about talking
Yeah.
and just just the flow of stuff. But I'm not the subject matter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think
So,
that'd be good.
yeah, I think it's gonna be good too.
So
So thank you guys for supporting us.
we love you.
Hope everyone had a great holiday season, both professionally and personal.
Yeah.
Hope you carved out some time to spend with family and friends.
And didn't kill your kids.
Yes, and didn't kill your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for supporting us. We're gonna end the show with the recap video from this past weekend's vendor
show.
craft show. And again, thanks for the support. Check us out on Patreon. Think about that for
YouTube,
2026.
Instagram, TikTok.
Facebook.
We need.
Yeah, I don't think I said
potentially
it. I don't think I said it in the intro. The Riley Black Project Community Facebook
yes.
group for Gen Pop, and then TRBP Hangout for all of our patron members.
Oh, and watch out for the schedule for all of the After Darks
Yep,
for the year.
for the
I'll
year
be working
coming up.
on that soon.
Yep.
And we are also looking for additional vendors,
I was sponsors.
sponsors, to
I was and if
sponsor the
you
show.
want to be a sponsor,
And people who want to, if there's something that you can market to laser businesses or small businesses, and you want to be part of some giveaways and stuff,
Yep.
monthly new patron sponsors, all of that. So again, I'll be posting about that soon, but if that interests you, let us know. And yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's it.
it's been another great episode of the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Bye.
Maybe we're all done. The Riley Black Project. Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Nino, I'm recording.